Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are from. How's everybody doing? It is Saturday afternoon. It is time for the command post. Gentlemen, how are you two doing tonight?
Not bad. I had a good match the other night with somebody online, and I won.
Yes,
Didn't I,
yes, you
Tony?
changed
Yes,
history. You changed history the other
yeah,
night.
changed
So,
history. Had a great time yesterday. Yes, you guys, as I put on Facebook, because I nearly missed the live stream yesterday because you guys have been mucking about with your clocks again. So we're only 4 hours behind for a couple of weeks, and then we catch up. So apart from that, yes, having a great time. What about you, Nate?
Doing well. And of course, to everyone, happy Pi Day.
No, it doesn't work over here.
literally 2 seconds before I hit the go live button, Ruff's like,
Okay.
let's not do any of the pie stuff.
Wouldn't you know it? Oh,
yeah.
But we are one day away from a very important day that I always memorialize every year that we'll talk about later in the show. Think about tomorrow's date and you think about that a little bit more, and I'll discuss it later. So if you get it in the chat, then hey, it's great. But overall, I'm doing great. As if you have been on the Command Post Facebook page, and if you're not on it, you should join it. But I posted earlier, I think it was earlier in the week, that I decided, no shock to anybody, that I kept on playing Roma Victrix, and now have finished the scenario. There was only five turns for the scenario, and that was fun. And so who knows? I might keep going back to it. I don't know. I am enjoying it. So
same here, Christoph. It doesn't work. Pi Day. Sorry to interrupt, mate, but it's an important thing to think about. Yes, it's only you guys.
Ooh,
yes, it is the Ides of March. I didn't want to
Tony,
say.
how have you been, Tony?
Crazy busy. 2 weekends ago, we went up to Traverse City with Karen. We just bowling season got over with. So me and Karen took the weekend, went up to Traverse City, and went to this awesome bookstore. Once I bought this, I'm like, Nate is gonna love this, and I couldn't wait till we actually got to this because I picked up this awesome volume.
Ooh, Livy. Oh,
Livy. This is the history of early Rome, and it's in a nice slipcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I have the cheap,
the cheap dollar store one.
Yeah.
And that is how much I paid for it. I don't know if you can see, it's a little tough, but I paid $40 for it.
Okay.
I don't think it's in awesome condition. So I added this.
It's hardbound, so it's great.
Yeah. Actually, so I added, so I was like, I was hoping, because I know he has a couple of their editions.
Yeah.
Another, volumes, and they only had this one, or else I would have bought all of them. But so guess what I'm on the hunt for now that I've got this one.
The rest
I gotta
of
get
it.
the rest of them. I'm just as bad when it comes to the games. Ooh, we talked about this, Ralph, last night. Ooh, yeah. Expansions. We got to get the expansions.
Yes.
That is awesome.
So
that is awesome. Livy's really cool to read.
So I am currently reading The 12 Caesars by Suetonius.
Ooh.
So I had picked that up. I did a report in my undergrad, and I picked it up. And I read what I needed to for, I think I was doing. One. Yes. Yep. Mine's a Penguin Classic book. But it's, and so I got it. I can't remember for which Caesar I was doing a report on. But I used it for that. And actually Natalie was doing a report on one of the Caesars. And so we used it for that. And the teacher, this was when she was, I think, in 7th grade, and the teacher was impressed that she used the book. It's like her dad's a social studies teacher. He's got plenty of history books.
And they're not taking you too seriously. Look.
That's awesome.
So I was like, Nate's gonna love this.
And
honestly, I need to increase my knowledge. Like, I know about Rome. When I taught 7th grade, because in Ohio you teach Rome for a quarter, but it's such a broad overview of Rome. It's never like a really good detailed history of Rome. So that's kind of one of my topic areas that I want to get better at reading
Yeah.
and understanding a lot more.
I mean, I'll tell you, even during my dissertation, like I'm still learning a ton and through all my research and everything. And like every once in a while, I come across something. I'm like, man, how did I not see that before? That is like so interesting. Oh, that's cool.
What I need then
Now
is
I can play this with a
Yes.
all right, then yes. I was just going to
Excellent.
say, because I know two things about Rome, the history of Rome.
Diddly and Squat.
Yeah, nothing and bugger all. That's
Okay, I thought it was Diddly and Squat, but that's what we
Um,
must say here.
That's what we say over here. Good book for somebody that wants to get into the history of Rome. Do you start right at the Do you start right at the beginning, or do you
No,
start in
there's-
the middle and work outwards? What do you
No,
do?
I have the perfect book for anybody. It's nice and
course you
short
always
too.
do.
Of course he does.
A brief history of the Romans.
Oh,
Okay, so it's going to give you an overview, and then you can kind of narrow down.
Not bad size.
Does it have pictures? Does it have pictures for Hexy? Hexy needs pictures.
No, I need pictures.
Lots
as
of
well.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lots of maps, cool maps.
Apps are cool. I'm all for maps and books. Yep.
Even like drawings. And, oh yeah, it's a great book.
Yes, we
Read-
just talking about that, Hexy. Yeah.
By the way, Hexy's the only one that has not responded to my email about next Sunday. Not tomorrow, next Sunday.
What's going
I think-
on there then? You
I think it's because he's petrified that he's going to get blown up again.
Yep. Today
Oh
Duel.
yes, that's of course it is. Yes, that's going to be Tank Duel. Yes.
So I will have to tell you. So two things have come up, and mainly I
He
Probably
said he
I'll-
did
I'll-
respond.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did respond. Yes,
Oh,
he
did
did
he?
actually. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah.
I'll have to look. I didn't see it. Maybe it got mixed in with all the other responses. Okay, so you're good to go then next Sunday. So next Sunday, not tomorrow, we will be finishing off our tank duel and we'll be blowing each other up again. So
But then the
'cause I
week
think
after
everybody
that-
else was like his was the only one I didn't see then, but
Ah.
like everybody else said yes, thumbs
Pretty
up.
sure.
So,
I know Nerdy did. Yeah.
and I know
So the-
Mike
the
did as
plan-
well.
The plan currently is today's show.
Mhm.
Next Sunday afternoon is the next last episode of us playing Tank Duel. We should finish Tank Duel, and then on March the 28th, that is the following Saturday, will be another Command Post episode.
Bonkers. It's bonkers.
Mhm.
Yep.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Oh, it was his
Okay.
OnlyFans email, so it probably went.
Wow.
Oh, so
Oh,
So I will have to tell you, Natalie, by the way, I know we have some Canadians that join us. And so if you're from Canada, hi and sorry. But they're so
I'm
nice.
sorry about that.
Natalie is doing something quintessentially Canadian right now and has started a league that's a sport that is not hockey, but that is quintessentially Canadian. Can you guys guess what it would be?
Logging.
Not logging. No, it's a sport. Logging's not a sport.
They do have
no
them.
idea. Correct.
No, that's Scottish. That's okay, the new land. that
Yeah,
is.
but the Canadians are like known to be the best ones. You know, it's quintessentially because they don't have anything to do. No, Natalie and Karen a couple weeks ago tried out curling. It was like a $40 try it out, and they created a after Olympics beginner league. That's 5 weeks. So the next 5 weeks, she's going to be doing curling. So kind of cool.
Wow.
We have a curling club at right north of BG. It's the BG Curling Club. So
Cool.
yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. And another crazy thing so this is a lot's happened in the last 2 weeks. And I think I'll be okay to say it here because none of my bowlers actually watch this. But
Not
I'm
surprised.
I'm not. I am now the head coach.
Oh,
The other guy, he's taking a step back. So, and I don't think any of my bowlers are watching this. So, and anyways, the spot came out, like the application came out, and they like all know that he's he hasn't announced it yet, but they all know it. So.
What on earth's that?
Ice shanty. So when you go ice fishing, you put a shanty on so you don't have to be out in the cold the whole time.
Right.
and it's an ice shanty. That's
Like
what
a
that is.
murder tent. You put a murder tent up over the hole. Is that what that sort of thing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you say a murder tent?
Well, when there's, unfortunately, yes, when there's an unliving of somebody over here, the police come and they put a big tent up.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
But it's more of a permanent structure. It's wooden, and that what happens is when the ice gets thick enough, they bring it on out onto the ice. And it stays out on the ice until they have to bring it off. So, if you ever watch Grumpy Old Men, which I recommend, which is hilarious.
Yes. I know now.
That's an ice shanty when they do the ice fishing. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
all
funny.
Right. Well, someone had asked earlier before we started the show about today's, that we normally for the show, we just kind of let the conversation go and weave in and out of what we've been doing and what's going on in the war game space. But today we were discussing amongst ourselves. We had discussed this earlier on a different episode about sort of pulling back from buying a lot of new games and more of wanting to deep dive into the games that we already have and to finish them or in some sense of our own definition of finish a game. So the idea that we wanted to talk about was, how do we go about deep diving? How does that look for each of us? And it's going to look very different for all of us. And how we want to discuss that. How does that look? And so someone had asked this question of, the thumbnail is, your best game is already on your shelf. And so is it a question? Is it an assumption? Are we being pretentious? What is it? And I love Tony's answer to that afterwards. Yes. It's a question. It's an assumption. It's all kinds of things. It's an assertion. Yes. Because this is something that we think that I know. You know what? Hexy would be, I think, really interested in getting into that, especially since we're going to finish Tank Duel, and I know he's going to be wanting to play Wolfpack afterwards.
I think he could get into Wolfpack, honestly.
I think he could.
I do.
I think he could. But he says next month.
No, I know what he's talking about. Thunderbolt will be out in April, so we should have Thunderbolt in April. So that's why he's saying next month. That's going to be his best game. Either that or
3
Days in Gettysburg. One of those two games. Yep. 3 Dog. Yep. T-Dog. Yep. That's what I thought. Yep.
But we want to discuss at some point in the show, and I don't know when we'll get to that. But in terms of how does it look like to deep dive into our own games? I know we have discussed before that there is this constant pull from just the whole hobby as a whole, in terms of when a new game comes out, it seems like, a lot of people jump on it and people post pictures, they're excited about it. And of course, the game doesn't necessarily get played. It's like, I clip the counters, I look at the map, I share a photo of it, whatever. Then I stick it on the shelf and I say, I'll come back to it at some point. And then we never come back to it. And then we on to the next shiny thing. And so I can speak for myself, is that I've really gotten to a point where, I'm running out of shelf space. And
that is not a thing.
For a reason.
Running out of shelf space does not exist. You have a whole floor.
Yeah.
You have plenty of shelf space. You just got to redefine what a shelf is.
Right. That's true. But after a while of just buying new stuff, I mean, sure, the new stuff is cool, but like I bought it because I wanted to play it, and I don't ever seem to get to them. And I'm not a collector, I'm a player. And so, yeah, so like, for instance, I've been doing a lot lately, as I mentioned earlier, on the Command Post Facebook group. But again, if you're not on it, you should get onto it, join the Facebook group, as well as like and subscribe, so you can always get the next Command Post episode coming out. But I've been deep diving myself into my own Roma Victrix game. I'm really liking it. I'm really enjoying it. And the one thing that I'm enjoying about deep diving into it is that the more that I play it, the more that the rules are really internalized into me, and I don't have to look at the rule book. And plus, I also learn some really cool subtleties of the game that I never would have. I never would have known had I only played, say, once or twice. And so, yeah, it's
speaking
kinda cool.
of playing stuff and getting deeper into stuff, what have you been playing, Nate? Or did you already tell us what you've been playing?
Well, instead of telling you, why don't I show you?
Oh, add to stage.
Here's what I've been playing. And
that's it. We're done. Okay, got it. What have you
That's it.
So seriously, you've been playing that? I know you've been playing it for about a month now.
Oh, you did it as well. Sorry, I just realized you did it. You were quicker than me, Tony. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't do that. Nate did that.
I did that. I was just messing around. I'll put it back up.
Yeah.
Because I know you got other pictures involved. Yeah. So
there we go. So yeah, I have been playing this. There is about 20 scenarios in the game, and I have played I played 6 of them so far.
Okay. So there's like a lot of different stuff going on. Is there a overarching like campaign game, or are they all just scenarios?
No, Roma Victrix is more of recreating specific campaigns of the Roman era. So this one that you're looking at is the Year of the Four Emperors with Otho, Galba, Vitellius, and Vespasian. And in mine that I finished earlier this afternoon, actually, Vespasian died. So in real life, Vespasian became the emperor, and in this game, he died. Vitellius died, and it ended up being basically a contest between Otho and Galba. And it was like, well, this is kind of a stalemate for a while, but I did really enjoy it. And I mean, do you have to play a game to enjoy the game? I mean,
technically no, because once you buy it, it's what you want to do with it. So if you just want to look at it on the wall, that's enjoying it.
Exactly. If you just want to stare at it, that's okay. So everyone comes into this hobby for different things that they want to get out of it. For me personally, I can only speak for myself. I get enjoyment from playing them. And so, yeah, I'm really enjoying this one.
Well, I'll tell you what. So, I know, Ruff, we'll be able to jump in on this. He kind of took from what I'm going to be doing. So when you see me playing like videos, when I upload videos, they're going to be my solitaire games. Because that's what they're for. And I'm finding so much fun playing when I'm playing like Ruff. Another game that I've been playing recently, me and Mitch started back up, was Last 100 Yards, and we've been doing for King and Country.
Oh,
so he's the Brits, I'm the Germans. And it was funny. So here's the fun about this game is the narrative, and I think Ruff will enjoy that. I kind of previewed this. Ruff, you're gonna love this. So I get one of his units to take a stat loss, and then he has to retreat. And then he rallied and he rolled a 10. Now, if you know what that means in Last 100 Yards, that means he's heroic, which sounds great, well, no, but it's not really.
Because
you immediately have to go and do an assault in any unit 3 hexes, the closest to 3 hexes, you get to the closest unit. He comes in with a half squad and kicks my my machine gun out. Now, luckily, I didn't lose any steps or anything on my machine gun. I just got kicked out. I just had to retreat. But he's regrouping. I'm like, sweet. I had units right in because he was forced to be in heroic. He forced in. I had a leader and a full squad, and I sent that in. And guess what happens?
He whipped your backside.
Yes, I got kicked out of that. I got kicked out of the hex again. But that's not the funny part. There was a leader in the assault. Whenever you have an assault, you have to do a leader check. Guess what happened to my German leader? Casualtied. He has to go on. So, I mean, this narrative of, and both me and Mitch agree. I mean, we both love ATS, but we're having so much fun with this game. And there's been a few rules questions we've had, and we've reached out to Mike. And by the way, I'm going to start reaching out to Mike Denson because I'd like to have him on the show, and he's really good guest. And Mitch is like, you got to have him on. I said, okay, cool. I'll reach out and he'll do that because he'll jump on. And apparently there's even more in development for Last 100 Yards.
Yeah, because
So,
that's on the P500, so you can play that alone instead of needing the other volumes.
Yeah.
Yep. So
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
yes,
Yeah.
because I'll tell you what, the way the game works now, the scenario we're playing, he's all hidden. So I have no idea where his British are. And so it's kind of like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go this way and I'm going to send my tanks this way. And man, it is just so much fun. So we've been doing that every Wednesday night, just me and him BSing around and having so much fun with the system. I'm like, we got to play this more.
Cool.
I remember playing with Ruff and having fun with it. I've been played with Bertelli, had a blast with it. And then I played Mitch we played the Solomons, which the Japanese are totally different too, playing in that game. Christoph is waiting for the solo system.
Is there a solo system coming out?
I think it's coming out. Let me pull up GMT's
Great.
website right now.
Let's see.
But so not only do I have that one, I have the original one, I have the Airborne, I have the Mission Pack, and I have the Russian.
I've got them all. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, talking about digging deeper into games. I want to dig deeper into this because I have so much content for it. It's just awesome. Okay, so
I don't see it yet on the P500.
oh yeah, it may be in development still.
Probably. It's probably been...
and I'll be honest with you, there's
Didn't Mike say he was working on it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So and the funny thing is if you want a standalone game, you can get the because the Last 100 Yards itself, the original game, they have to keep reprinting it. It's on its third printing already. But if you like the Japanese, the Solomon Islands, that one's available, and that's a standalone game. Mm-hmm. So the Japanese is a standalone game. You don't need anything. But I do see awesome. That they do have they do have the special component pack for the King and Country, so you can play without having all the other games.
But that's awesome that you're enjoying diving into that, and I'm sure the more that you're playing it, the easier it is to keep the rules in mind and to keep the flow going better.
Yeah, we actually did pretty good with Frederick. I think Ruff, we picked that up pretty quickly, and
it's not a complex game, to be fair.
No.
But yeah, it's we just got on with it. I had the rules by me, but I didn't look at it. We just look at like the winter phase because that's a little bit different. And we just got straight into it.
That's cool.
Commands and Colors number 7. Is that the big one?
No. Now, Ruff. So we've been playing. We played Frederick, and then I played that. What else have you been playing, Ruff? What's kind of what?
As you know, I was playing Tokyo Express, and like you, I think I'm going to, especially videoing. I haven't done many videos at the moment, but that's going to all change. Getting deep diving into Tokyo Express. And I think I'm going to play those for the channel, solo games, and do mano with you guys, which is more fun. Playing a 2-player or 3-player game is much more fun. Of course, playing it with other people. So I've got tons of them, but we can keep those for when we do our live streams and that. I didn't video Tokyo Express because even though I went through scenarios and playing it, I still wasn't confident enough to video it and get it mainly correct. So I've put that away now. Thoroughly enjoyed playing that. It's a fantastic game, but because it is very, there's lots of little things you've got to remember. And I wasn't going to video it, so I thought, what can I play next? Let's go from the sublime to the ridiculous. So the next thing, hopefully, on the channel is going to be.
Oh, interesting.
Because I had so much fun with the Hunters when we did it live as well, and also the Hunters videos, which were up a few years ago, are one of the most watched videos, over 10,000, 10, 12,000 views on it. So I thought, let's get back. Let's just clear the palette from Tokyo Express and play something a little bit easier, but has great narrative. So that's the next thing. And I'm thinking ahead. And weirdly, they're all, excuse me, I'm hay fever and crap. It's all very naval based. I may even try that next. No promises.
Ruinslater.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
Because of Ruff, I went and bought a package of like really good paper so I could print out the new rules myself. Because he's done a phenomenal job with the rules.
They're really good looking, full of color, full of pictures. The first one, unfortunately, that's what happens. I don't know why. Maybe DVG's development team. I don't know what it is, but the rules that come in the box, unless they update the rules in the new printings, you need to print off, and it's a pain in the bum. I know, because it's printer ink is the thing that costs money, but it's done now. So that might well be the next one on. And then I've got to think, yes, I've got tons of solo games I haven't played online or on the channel. So I've got plenty to keep me company, plenty of 2-player games. Panzer Grenadier would be playing Kearns Town next. I'm going to get into the ACW. They're good. They're great fun.
Oh,
the other one that I've got set up is this.
That is a good one.
This, by the way,
solo. What's his name?
Ben Madison. This is the third game in the British trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I have played the other two. I won at Mrs. Thatcher's War.
That's brilliant.
Fast with the lisp. Yeah. I have failed miserably at the Revolutionary War one. I've played it 3 times and I've lost miserably within the first couple of turns. So I'm hoping I've got this set up. And I'm probably going to play through some turns first, just because they're all procedural. So it's like you do this, then do this, and do this. So I'll go through and do a couple turns and then reset and then probably record. And there's not a whole lot of videos, but there was one guy that did it, and I can't remember his name, and I feel really bad because I did it. But then I also found another station, which is Grantos is the guy's name.
Yes, he does. Scottish chap.
Yes, he does full playthroughs. He doesn't care how long they are. He's just going to play them.
And they're with Grantos. Yeah. He just waffles on. It's like he's just sitting there and he's just talking away. Mm-hmm. So you can have he does like 26 videos on one thing, because it's he just plays it.
Now, Stuka Joe has done a playthrough of the Napoleonic Wars as well.
He did the sample of turns on that. So it's the other Brit guy that did this. I think it's the Lancashire Gamer.
Oh, doesn't ring a bell, that name.
Yeah, you know him, Ruff, trust me. I just can't think of the right name right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great game. I've played all 3 scenarios, and I remember one time I played there's an 1813 scenario. And
there's 3 scenarios. Yeah. Yep.
And it's right after the disastrous Russian campaign and Napoleon gets back to Europe and everything. And essentially you start playing it, and then you have to make a die roll for whether or not Napoleon will accept a deal, the Frankfurt Accord. And so I rolled it, and of course Napoleon agreed to it, and the game was over. I'm like, well, let's reset, start again.
It's the Lonely Yorkshire Wargamer is the guy that did a whole playthrough from the whole campaign.
He hasn't been doing many videos lately for a while, so I always worry when somebody stops doing videos for a while, I always worry that they're okay, because
Yeah.
you think, oh, what's happening? Hope everything's
And I
tickety-boo.
think he's a vet too. I think he's a
Yeah.
vet.
Nordic, yeah, they're lovely maps, but come on, la la la. I can't be doing that. The GBACW is the one, and the
Blind
chip
Sword.
pull one, the blind,
Blind
sword.
Sword. Yeah.
Will probably
Well, actually,
be enough.
GBACW's chip pull as well. I can't wait for the simple rules to come out
No,
because it
that
actually
looks fun. Yes,
it looks like they actually simplified it. Unlike simple GBOH is not actually that much simpler.
you might
This
as well use
actually
the
looks like it
rules.
is.
Yeah.
This actually looks like it is simpler. Yes.
But then once you get into that, you can then transfer to the full rules, can't you? Because you're au fait with most of the rules.
Yeah,
in the
it's
game.
like it's not one of those things that they're different rules. They just streamline some of the
good.
more chunkier rules.
But that's what I'm going to be doing now. Rather than playing 2-player games on the channel, I'll be trying as much as I can to put solo games on and saving our 2-player games for when whoever plays we go live and play that for a bit of fun. And they are fun, I'll tell you.
It's just something about taking the piss out of the guy across you,
yes,
and just having fun with that. Like,
and having the chat do it as well. It's fun.
so like literally when I rolled that 9, or it was 9-10 for that leader, I said, Mitch, I just shut up. I was like, oh, the swear word started going at that point. Let me put it to you that way. I'm like, not only did I lose a pretty good, assault, my leader ended up getting kicked off. And luckily the leaders don't cause any casualty, time shifts, because you can they don't count as unit casualties, but they get off the board for 2 turns, and you are very limited on what you can do with that platoon until basically they're sending up a fresh replacement leader from the back. They're like, we just lost a platoon leader. You're in charge of 3rd platoon now. Go. So and most of the fun thing about the last 100 yards, most of the scenarios are he calls them missions, which I like the idea. Yeah. But they're mostly 1 or 2 mappers. They do have some larger ones, but most of them are 1 or 2 maps. They're they're a bit like
17. Yeah, like the lock and load maps, that sort of size. If you play the tactical.
Yeah, and the maps are just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So.
Yeah, I mean, especially I like the unit counters. There's an actual tank, there's infantry on there, so you don't have to always use your imagination for everything.
Well, table space Nordic. Me, it's 1 at the moment, just 1.
Yeah. How many game series is too many to be playing? I don't know. The games, I don't know. I really think I'm starting to really lean into playing what I've got deeper, or expanding on what I already have, games I already have, with either more content that they come with. But even most of the time, even the games that we have that have expansions, you barely touch the content that's in there before all of a sudden they've got another one. Now, I wanted to get King and Country because of the Brits. That was cool. And then who's playing the Brits? Well, Mitch is playing the Brits. I'm not. What we usually do is we'll play this same scenario, except we'll flip sides. So when me and Mitch play, we play the same scenario twice, but we flip sides. So next time, once we finish this one, we'll play the same scenario, but we'll flip, and I'll be the Brits and he'll be the Germans.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch how he does stuff, because I actually learn a lot from getting my ass kicked by him.
Well, he's a designer. He's going to kick your bottom, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's played tactical games a lot longer and more frequently than I have. And I made a big mistake. I lost half a platoon doing something. So
but you won't do that mistake again, will you? You'll think twice now, won't you?
No, and I should know. But the problem is, I should have known better. This was something that a newbie does and makes the mistake, and I'm like, oh man. So, but when it comes to series, if you can keep the rules, a lot of times it's just playing the game to understand the rules and get deeper. Mm-hmm. I mean, me and Ruff, if we would have stopped playing Frederick after about 2 sessions, I guarantee the rule. I mean, I could probably pick up Frederick again and play it without too much of an issue.
Yeah.
Because we played it long enough.
Yeah.
I think the war was I think we were longer than what the war actually was. But, hey, I think we actually did real-time turns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that, and you also, by playing a game more, even if it's just the same campaign over a long time or multiple scenarios, you begin to learn different small subtleties in the game design that aren't immediately apparent when you first start playing. It's when the longer you go, all of a sudden, oh, I'm starting to see that this strategy is a little more effective over here. Or maybe I shouldn't do this when first reading the rules. I think I should, but then you really started to see that maybe now I need to not and move on to something else. So it's cool to see those sort of, I guess you could call it almost like buried features of the more that you go into a game, the more that you're finding, and the cooler that the game gets for you and becomes more interesting the further you go. That's why I always like, there's a phrase from Sid Meier, the guy who made the Civilization PC series. He said, you can boil down a good game to one sentence. A good game is a series of interesting decisions. And that's what you want in a good war game, is each turn, do I have something interesting to decide in there? And I'm finding, at least it sounds like from you guys playing Frederick and you with Last 100 Yards and you with Tokyo Express, that the more that you're playing it, the more interesting things that are popping up. That are like, oh, let me try that. Let me do this, or you finish the game. Hey, I'm going to go back and I'm going to replay it and I'm going to try a different strategy, kind of thing. So that's really cool.
I like what Dragon has to say here.
Sorry, the problem with well, yeah, sure. You're investing your time and love into the game. The thing with, say, Tokyo Express is you go, right, I'm going to try that again. And the problem is it plays completely different because of the way the game's designed. So no two.
Well, that's a good solitary design then.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you see. And then they've also got make your own. They've got ahistorical ones, or they've got things that could have happened, probably did, but you're looking down a little bit closer to it, so it never plays. You play the same scenario over and over, and it plays different every time because of the,
oh, and this is very true. I mean, you're developing basically muscle memory, at learning to play a game.
Yeah, like if I would think if me and Ruff went back to Men of Iron, it wouldn't take long for us to, because we've played it quite a bit enough that we could probably jump right into that.
Or the lamps are going out.
Yeah, like we could do that. We got to do that again because I got my ass handed to me, so we've got to do that one again.
You've got your backside handed to you again.
Things have not been going well for me.
I was lucky in that game though, because I did a bit of what's his face, the guy that just rushes forward.
Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, he did some Leroy Jenkins.
A little bit of Leroy Jenkins, but I think if I can win that siege, then I've won the game. So I had to go for it. And
I mean, because if you would have waited another couple of turns, if it would have survived a little bit longer, most likely it would have finished in a draw because Russia would have jumped to my side. Yeah. And then really any chance at that point of him winning would have been out. And I probably wouldn't have, like, if I got the Russians moved down, I might have been able to win, but that's such a short time period that I would have to have a lot of stuff go right for that. So I was like, well, if they come in, if the Russians come in on my side, if they switch, pull in Italy. If they switch, I would have to have everything go right for me to actually win, but it would flip enough of the resource forts that Ruff probably couldn't have won. It would have, the French would have really had to gone after the British and the Hanoverians, basically.
They would have to sort of come round rather than pushing sort of, rather than pushing that way towards
west.
Russia.
Yeah.
They would have had to have come round to clear out the Brits and move across that way. So that would have taken time. But yeah, it was a bit of a risky, and I thought, but luckily the dice gods were with me, so it was good. But Men of Iron, great series. Looking forward to the new one.
Yeah, I liked the Norman Conquest that I have.
Yeah.
I've got what is it? Purdue?
That's what I'm waiting for because it's on a slow boat from China.
Yeah, legit. So,
Yeah.
well, the funny thing
yeah.
is, if you get this, if you like this topic, you should get this one
Oh yes,
because they are
No.
technically the same topic.
yes.
This is the thing. We're talking about not getting more, playing what we've got. That's another series that I don't want to get into, even though it
Well,
looks
here's the
fun.
fun part.
Yeah,
They're
you're always
creating
like
a
la la
solo-
la la.
Yeah.
They're creating a solo bot.
I know. Shut up now. Lola. I can't. Literally.
Well, this was something that I was going to say earlier. Just because we want to deep dive into the game doesn't mean that we're stopping buying, period. We
No.
might be slowing our buying, but
That's what
we're
I'm
being
doing,
more
yeah.
strategic in what we buy. And so, like, for instance, I still have things on the P500 that I know I'm going to play, like Thunderbolt. When Thunderbolt comes, that's it. That's on the table. And
That's
gonna
Nate's
occupy
game
the
for the
table.
year at that point.
Correct. Hey, Jester's here. What's up, man?
Oh, hey, there he is. Hey, Jester.
I will agree too. Was it M Fire Muse earlier said that's why he's a completionist about game series? So, like, a great example of that, the 40X series or the Zokbon series. I mean,
yes.
you learn one of those games and you have learned pretty much 75-80% of the rules across all the games.
It's the same with Great Battles of History. They're not quite the same, but you know the gist of it. You know, you're rolling.
Yeah, you just
for
have to.
initiative.
And what they should do is get there probably is some fan probably made a list of, okay, if you know this game, so based off of this game, this is the standard rules nowadays. Here's the odd ones for these rules. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yep.
if you're playing like the Japan one, okay, here's something different. Here's what's out of that. So, yeah.
Yep. Which that's what I like in the Levian campaign series.
He has, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. I'm not denying that one.
That's what I like in the Levian campaign series in the rule book. The first page is always rules differences from the previous games.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
you-
because they base it off of Nevsky. If you've played Nevsky, this is the different rules because a lot of people have played Nevsky. Yep.
I will definitely be getting to Europa at some point.
I see that and I'm like, because it looks so good.
Mhm.
Looks so good. That one I would really want to play.
Yeah, we'll have to play it on
6-player.
Tabletop Simulator or something like that.
Yeah, we get a 6-player on that one because that looks like so much fun.
Oh, it's a big game.
Yeah, it's like a
Big
5-6 player up to 5.
It's a bit like the
Here I Stand, Virgin Queen,
those
that
sort
type of
things.
yeah.
Enjoy.
I got my own back though, Hexy, didn't I? I got my own back. Blew your hat off.
You know what? Nerd did not get stuck on fire, so that was a good
No,
thing
that
this
was cool.
time.
That we didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like Hex said, in April, golf starts, so he's useless on the weekend. So I'm like, we
Yeah.
got to get this done before April starts back.
Now,
up, so.
talk about someone who is definitely deep diving into his games or just Civil War period is Hexy. I mean, I think wasn't he saying he was going to play like some other games earlier in the year of 2026? He was going to do this and this, and then all of a sudden it was nope, it's all Civil War now.
Pretty much, yeah. He does do World War II. That he does
Yeah.
do, and he, in particular, East Front. I don't think he's a West Front. He can correct me on that. I think he's East Front. So, this just reminded me. I doubt comment by Eastern Front. Yeah, I've got to see that come out first, but it is by a different one.
Anybody that bought Volume 3 and Cardboard Commander said, "Oh, you know, this is a." I said, "Yeah, they're a great series," but before I got it, and so he went and got Volume 3 and was very disappointed.
Apparently, there was somebody.
As was I.
Yeah,
Very
somebody
disappointed.
on BGG created an actual campaign with scenarios in the file section
What, for free?
for Volume 3, like fan made type thing that actually
have a look.
did what everybody wanted it to do.
Yeah.
Instead of basically rehashing Combat 1, but on a different location, because that's basically all they did.
But
They did Combat 1
wrong. Yeah, everything was wrong.
with a
So,
different version. So
Volume,
yeah.
I know we've got a different designer coming along now for the others.
Yes.
because that chap has left Compass, I understand, to go and ruin somebody else's game.
Yeah, because he ruined MMP's
Yeah.
games, and then he ruined them for Compass, and I think the list is a mile long.
Yeah. So well, I'm
and-
going to put up, but once bitten, as they say, twice shy. I'm going to wait until that comes out. and
Yeah, I'm going to see the
feedback
responses.
and
Yeah,
everything, because I was so looking forward to Arnhem, but yeah, even
and then when it comes down to it, I still have 1 and 2, which there's so much content on that one.
They are great. They are great.
And I will say, I am very cautious about the amount of errata that comes in a Compass game.
Yeah.
Depends on the game, but
you know,
yes,
I do like some Compass games. Obviously, I'm loving Roma Victrix. That's from Compass. But some of their games, they come out and they're just bleh. They're just horrible. And unfortunately,
yeah, he did.
While they do a good job on getting counters to you, it's really rules and maps and other things that it doesn't necessarily get fixed.
Last name Starkweather.
Yeah, and Bill from Compass, Bill's Bill. You know, he strikes me
because he did say they're just complaining idiots, and I'm like
ducking and diving. You know, but yeah, okay, it's that's fair enough. But then people, walk
you know what? If I'm a customer and I'm going to pay $140 for something that's essentially broken, you bet I'm going to complain. And I'm not going to be happy when the guy that I gave the money to tells me to stop complaining. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's like these sci-fi, you know, like Doctor Who and Star Trek and Star Wars. When the fans complain, the companies blame the fans for being, you know, it's the wrong way to do things.
Yeah, I you know, Jester, there's sometimes I disagree with you, but when it comes to Compass, I totally agree. It's way too much half the time.
Yeah. And of course, games get errata. Things get missed. I mean, even in this simple game from Greg, there was a new rule book that was online at GMT, and you look through it, and the things that are it's more clarifications were in red. So I've just annotated my rule book. Took about half an hour. And it's ready to go.
Yeah, and a lot of times the errata is more clarifications than actually rules are wrong. And that makes more sense to me with the clarifications on that.
Yeah.
But and with the series as being as long, and like Nordic brought up the point, like OSD rules are very mature at this point. So there's no real changes with every new release. It's kind of like, you know, they're always the game specific rules. It's like GBOH, the Great Battles of History. That rule set is set.
Ages old. However,
they're
bringing out a Julius Caesar pack to put things right. You know, so I'm a little I've had to order it because I've got the game. So yeah, even a well established set of rules can mess up, and I suppose that's just, you know, being kind. It's just human, I suppose, but things happen.
Yeah, I mean, well, even just recently at GMT, that they posted on their website, people that with the Men of Iron tri-pack that came out, that stuff was wrong in that pack. I don't know exactly what happened, whether the wrong files were sent to the printer or what. I don't know, but they did acknowledge that we had problems with this, and we're sorry about it, and we will address that. And so, like, the same thing happened with what was it, the Battle for Normandy, the big
crikey, the
deluxe edition, and they had a bunch of counters that were wrong, and they printed them off and they sent them to everyone. And that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, and with Panzer, the first the core box of Panzer, when I got it, they had printed the wrong thing on the other side. Great for when you're playing solo because it had the Soviet tank, turned it over, and it was the German tank.
Sorry. Yeah,
they sent out the correct ones, and I got them in the post and everything. So I've got a separate set as well. So yes, great.
Well, congratulations on that, Jester. We'll be looking for that. Yeah, definitely. I'll be looking forward to that. Get them started sooner.
I think with the main thing that at least it's for me that I see with errata and whatever is I understand they're very complex games, unlike Euros that are very simple. And, you know, if it's all screwed up, then something really went wrong. Like it is easy with these games that we play for something to be wrong, misspellings or whatever. And I understand that. And I always want to be graceful to those who are doing the work. Many of them are volunteering. They're not getting paid necessarily, or maybe if they are, it's a free game. So I do understand, and I want to be graceful. The problem that when I get irritated is that there is not a lot of no, let me rephrase this. The thing that irritates me is when a company is not does not show humility in having the problem, that they do not own up to it and say, we are sorry and we will fix that. It is one thing to just fix it and say, oh, you shouldn't be complaining, but we're going to fix it anyway. Instead, it's different to say, yes, we screwed up. We apologize for our screw up, and here's how we're going to fix it. And just by having a correct attitude, I am more willing to come back and wanting to work with them and wanting to get something from them, as opposed to, someone just being mad at me because I got a product that's defective. So to
I
speak.
think they're getting better, I hear.
Oh yeah.
Both of them actually, in some cases, are. I think it's the problem is it's a game by game situation for both of these companies, and so I feel like, because if you look Trent Raid, I had not heard anything negative about Trent Raid from Compass,
right?
And then
it's great.
Yep. So my problem is like I said, it's really a game by game situation. And in some cases, I think a designer by designer situation too. You're muted, Nate.
Muted yourself.
World news here. Oh, I do agree, Ken. Compass has come a long way. I'm not saying that they're still back in the dark ages, so to speak.
But from what Compass Cardboard Commander sort of went on to their live show, and people were talking about Combat 4, and he was just being very sort of
abrasive.
No, well, maybe Bill's Bill, but it's I think he was being very sort of protective of rather than coming out saying okay. Problem is, you say okay, then everybody expects a new game, don't they? But
sure.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to have a game company, I'll tell you that. A war game company, especially.
Sure. I think a lot of things can go. You can go a long way with people because when you just say, I'm sorry and I messed up, and people have a lot of grace and people are willing to, give you a second chance. And but you just gotta do it. You gotta lower your pride,
courage and humility and honor to say you're sorry, no matter where you are and whatever walk of life you are, being in power, being an employee, being whatever. Takes a lot of guts, if you like, to say I'm sorry, because most people are in positions of business or whatever. They're in business because they can do no wrong. So my argument is correct. So, but it takes a lot of guts to do it. If they do it, then, as you say, people are very forgiving. If somebody is, wears their heart on their sleeve and says, "Sorry, guys and girls, we messed that one up. We'll try and put that right. Watch this space." So,
Nordic, I don't accept that. I don't accept that.
Oh, by the way, while remember, whoever you're watching it on, because you can watch it on all our channels now, you can watch all three at the same time. Wonderful. They'll probably be out of sync, but whatever you're watching, just especially me, because I have to get right across your other side of the pond, give the old like button a little push, a little smash would be wonderful for whatever channel you're watching. That'd be lovely.
Don't forget to subscribe as well.
Yes, if you haven't done so already, then subscribe to all three channels.
Click the little bell icon so you can be notified. I do agree. Yes, this is absolutely right.
Yes.
I teach my students the one thing you can make mistakes, and I totally understand. When you keep making the same mistakes, then there's a problem. But if you make a mistake, okay, I can let it
Everybody,
go.
yeah, everybody makes
Everybody
mistakes.
does. But if you keep
Yep,
doing
we're
the
not
same thing over
perfect.
and over,
It's amazing how we've gone off topic and got onto errata all of a sudden. It's funny, but
oh
that's
yeah,
the-
Jester shows up and we got off to errata.
yeah, just yes, yes,
It's like
that.
he just graduated. Anyways, I'm so happy. I can't wait to see your grandson if you can get him on. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
That's cool.
That'd
Yeah,
be cute.
it's
That'd be
lovely.
sweet. Because we've actually talked to your daughters and stuff, so that was always fun. So, but yeah, no. So, well, we got into it because if you know the rules have to be us. I know how we got into this is because we were talking about how a rule set is pretty solid, and that that takes care of some of the solidness. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can dig deeper in a game when the rules are solid. OCS, which I do like, that's a solid rule set, and it's on. Granted, it's on version 4.3, but it's on 4.3 for about a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
And even these earlier rules, they've just tweaked them for later things that have added onto the new other games, really. And I really did enjoy that one. I have to play with multiple against somebody else. It's almost too much. I go, you go, and you're sitting around for like an hour and a half while they all move their where they move their chips.
Yes, that's
I like
great.
I like games that are a little bit more interactive. I mean, they even made ASL more interactive. But if you get some of the huge scenarios, you're sitting there going, okay, are you going to move into any of my fire zones? I do have to stay here. I can't go get lunch while you're doing this, but yeah.
And then I think once I saw on a stream that there was some convention that Ardwolf went to where they spent like 2 hours setting up the game, and then someone does their turn, and basically he goes off and can go to lunch and whatever, or take a nap for half an hour and come back and it's his turn again. Like those turns take so long.
Yeah, and that's OCS because there's no like opportunity. I'm trying. I am trying with BCS. I started playing Aircourt and I'm still struggling with that because it is such a different terminology than what we're used to as war gamers, and totally different firing mechanisms, different combat. So I'm trying. I was trying to have Mitch teach me, but then we went on the last 100 yards and we're having way too much fun to even forget that one because it's too much fun. BCS is completely different than any other game system. I like the idea behind it. There's some really cool stuff. Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Problem is I'm ingrained with a lot of the stuff that I've already know, and so yeah. Oh, so his first game was a BCS. Didn't have any issue. Yeah, no kidding, because it was the first time. He probably started playing other stuff. It's like Red AV, Limited AV. I mean, there's just some different terms. So
I think Nordic got rid of it by accident, or at least he regrets getting rid of it, because now it's Brazen Chariots is, I guess, really hard to find.
Yeah, I sold mine for way too cheap. It's the old line that you pay too much for one thing, but then somebody believes they sold it for too little. When you buy a house, the buyer thinks they bought too much, but the seller thinks they sold too low. It's that type of thing. I didn't realize it was in such demand when I did sell it, but I'm kind of okay with that.
It's like having a copy of Case Blue, OCS Case Blue. You can just sell it for like triple its cost.
Yeah. So, let's see here. The 40X, I like it. Nate, you were talking about that system. Did you play any of that? You played?
Yeah, I have them all, except Ukraine. That I'm waiting for the P500 on that one. Yeah, because I think Jester, you and Cardboard Commander were talking about this, and I mean, right now, my favorite is North Africa, just because I love the North African theater. So, plus it has a mounted map.
Yes, the only one that has
a lot of them now are coming with the mounted maps, which is nice. So,
what about you guys?
I've played Normandy 44 a couple times. I actually played with Jester. I think that's all they've actually played, but I have a lot of them. I want to get Holland 44 out. So I do have Salerno, and I do have, what's the big one that's the East Front one?
Stalingrad 42.
Stalingrad 40. I have that one with I do have the expansion for that as well, I think. So yeah, Hexy is not a fan by any means of the 40X system.
Ardennes 44 specifically.
Yes. Now, I have heard some things about that game too. So like Kev's not a big fan of it either.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, because I don't know. I haven't played it, so I don't have a.
That was the only one apart from Italy, I didn't get Italy because again, I'm trying to cut down. I cancelled Ardennes as well because I've got a load of them that I've faffed around with. But I need now, if I've got enough, I think, and I can get the others at a later date if I want.
Yeah.
But I need to get into what I've got here, which is what we're talking about, you know.
Yep.
That's why I've cancelled a lot of P500s.
Which Wise Guy History had just finished up a playthrough of Italy 44, and I watched the review today. And it's an interesting game. I mean, it's the Italian campaign. It's very grindy, and that's just the nature of it. But it's a neat game for sure.
Yeah, they're all neat games. It's just I think another one sitting on the shelf. I've got plenty doing that. I need to get them off the shelf and out. So less is more for me, I think. Unfortunately, finally come around to that way of thinking. Again, space is a big push.
Although you're cleaning that room out, from what I hear.
We're still trying. It's better than it was. Yeah, it's coming along. I mean, all the games that were down here, I said, are all over the place on the table over here. They're all upstairs now in that room, ready to be put on shelving and things when we clear the rest of it.
This just came up. I know we're an hour in and we're going to go off a little tangent here for a minute. Ruff, did you figure out where the leak came from for those games from last night?
We think it might be the heat. Yeah, because last night we were talking and I think it was Nordic that said, we're talking about all the cards for Spruensleader. And he said, you got those card boxes. And I pulled one out. I said, I've got them. And then I looked at the other end of it. It was black with damp.
Oh, no.
So I think, oh, my God. But it was this shelf right down the bottom here, which looks a bit of a mess because we pulled it out. And it looks like we've got a leak. It's only sort of there, up to there. So my Shadows of Brimstone boxes are mullered at the back with damp and rot and whatever. But it looks like it might be a sort of heater leak somewhere just here. These, thankfully, everything else is okay. And back there as well. So just this isolated part here. Anything that was touching the wall. So those card boxes are long, so they're pushed up against the wall. And these Shadows boxes are big, so they were pushed up against the wall. They got damp on them. And
you've cleaned them off, right? You cleaned it off, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to get it done. Take that. Gainer's sort of bleached it or whatever, sort of to get rid of it. But if it's a leak, that's got to be sorted. Yeah, I know. Yeah, things happen.
Ooh, terrible.
Things happen, but luckily it didn't go.
It didn't go all the way up, yeah.
No, or over there. So it's very isolated. So
that sounds like in our basements, when we get floods in our basements, we always, because all of us war gamers that have basements pretty much all have all our war games in the basement, myself included. And so I actually have two sump pumps. One's a battery backup. So if the power goes out, because one time the power went out and the backup battery one went dead and I didn't know it had gone dead. Every 2 hours I'm reaching in, and we had no power for like, I'd say 18 hours, and it had rained. So every 2 hours I'm going in there with a bucket, unloading the sump pump hole and putting it down the drain. And just because I didn't want the flooding to go, because I mean, there's other stuff too. And most of my games, are at least 1.5 inches off the ground. So it would take a lot, but I have carpeting all around the basement.
God, no.
Yeah. So
the problem is you don't know. I mean, I didn't know that was there. And if I hadn't been asked about the card boxes, I still wouldn't know that was there. So luckily we found it. It's probably been going for a while.
A tarantula crawl out of. Where are you at, Dragon?
Isn't he in,
tarantula.
I think he's in Cyprus.
Cyprus, yes.
Oh, that would be. Yep, that would make sense. That would make sense. I'm like, that sounds. Yeah, no, that's okay. I
Yeah.
have no problem with house
Yeah.
spiders.
If
Yeah,
I had
Cyprus,
one of them, if I saw one of them things in my house, then like that's it. Burn the whole house down. Start again. Nope.
Oh, you girly. Tarantulas. I think it's the is it the redback spider that they have in Australia, which likes the toilet because it's cool and damp. You sit on the toilet, one of them in there, you'd soon get up quick.
Oh.
They're quite nasty, but tarantulas are fine. A real tarantula, they look horrible.
Yeah,
but
they look horrible, but they're actually quite gentle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ruff, tell us
What
happened today.
Oh, right. Actually, in
On-
histoire.
On Pi Day.
Stop it. It doesn't work over here. It's 14th of March, not the
Proper
3rd.
way here.
As I say, we used to do that. We don't anymore. For some, I don't know why it changed. Maybe we thought Americans. Actually, not a lot has happened. Really, this is going to be over in about 2 minutes, really, because it's that nothing's happened. No, not even aircraft stuff happened today for some reason.
Wow.
But here we go, 14th of March, or as you say, March the 14th, where you get your 3.14 from. 1757. British Admiral John Bung, I think you pronounce it, was court-martialed and executed by firing squad on board HMS Monarch at Plymouth for failing to do his utmost to relieve Minorca from the French fleet following the Battle of Minorca. In practice, his ships badly needed repair, and he was relieved of his command before he could see to his ships or secure the extra force he required. So, made an example of, poor old sod. 1780, American Revolutionary War, Spanish forces capture Fort Charlotte in, now, this is spelled M-O-B-I-L-E, and the proper way to pronounce that is mobile. But you guys, for some reason, call it Mobile. Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, and it's spelled Lincolnshire, not Lincolnshire.
Well, it's Lincolnshire. Sure. There's an E on mobile. That's why it's if it was mobile, like the petrol stations, mobile. Yeah, I can understand. Anyway, that's another story.
Actually, you're not far off on that, because if I remember right, Mobile's got some oil, if I remember right, and that's where it came from. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. But anyway,
I'm going to get lambasted in the comments for that.
I as well, because I say you pronounce all your words wrong. Spanish forces captured Fort Charlotte in Mobile in Alabama, the last British frontier post capable of threatening New Orleans. So there we go. 1889, we whiz forward to the German Ferdinand von Zeppelin patents his navigable balloon. We all know what they are, the old Zeppelin airships.
Big dirigible.
Dirigible, yes. Even. 1916, the Battle of Verdun. German attack captures Côte 265, which I understand is a hill at the west end of Morholm. That's the hill, I think. So, but the French 75th Infantry Brigade manages to hold Côte 295 rather at the east end. So that thing went on for ages, didn't it? That battle. Not that I'm an expert on World War One. 1945, though, the 617 Dambuster Squadron of the RAF dropped the heaviest bomb of the war, the 22,000-pound Grand Slam, on the Bielefeld Railway Viaduct in Germany. Although known officially as the bomb, medium capacity, 22,000 pounds, it was nicknamed by everybody else as the 10-ton Tess. The bomb was designed by Barnes Wallis, who also designed the earlier bouncing bomb, and Bielefeld is now twinned with many European towns, ironically, including Enniskillen in Northern Ireland and Rochdale in Lancashire. And finally, 1951, Korean War, United Nations troops recapture Seoul for the second time. And that's it, folks. That's all, folks, as they used to say on the cartoons.
Well, I'm going to take the opportunity because tomorrow is the Ides of March, 15th of March, March 15th, that important day. It is, I'm sure people can guess it
Yeah,
easily.
infamy. They've all got it infamy. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, everyone can guess it in the chat. And by the way, Sark, I saw your email and I flipped out on the inside. So he sent a picture of a car that had a tarantula over the door or in the door when you put your hand in to grab the door. Yeah.
It would make me jump, but I wouldn't, go around screaming and, lifting my skirt.
I'd set the car on fire and walk away.
Oh,
just kidding. No, because I'm sure people could put in the chat of what I'm referring to for the Ides of March. Yes, the murder of Julius Caesar. Of course, if you want a good book on the murder of Julius Caesar, the assassination of Julius Caesar, then of course there's a great book called The Death of Caesar from Barry Strauss.
What did they put? He was stabbed by a few people. Yeah, actually, he was stabbed.
Look, there's wait a minute. There we go. See, we got the picture section in the middle too.
Yeah, that's cool.
See? I mean, they're all in black and white, but hey, it was.
Why was he assassinated? Tell people that don't know, including me. Well, I do know, but go on.
Well, yeah. I mean, the main thing is that Caesar became dictator for life after winning a civil war, and there was a faction within the Roman Senate that wanted to get rid of him in hopes of restoring the old aristocratic order or republican system, and they thought by assassinating him that we could then return everything back, and instead it didn't. It backfired. And but so if you're looking for a good book on it, The Death of Caesar, Barry Strauss is an excellent author. But if you're also looking for a game on the Civil War, anything involving Caesar, I'll share a link, share my screen for an upcoming game.
Oh,
that should be coming out in May. This is one that I'm definitely going to be purchasing.
You have got the Julius Caesar GBOH, which has the Civil Wars.
Correct. I haven't played it yet.
This is a new one. This is a new one. Yeah.
This is from Thin Red Line Games, called First Man in Rome. This is in the same system as the Fate of All about Alexander the Great. It's more of an operational game. This covers the civil war between Julius Caesar and Pompey, and it allows you to refight the entirety of the Civil War across the whole Mediterranean. And what else is included in the game is, I'll scroll down here, is you can then march and move your armies around and build armies and do politics and things like that. But then you can also fight the battles on a sort of GBOH kind of like battle system. And so I'm looking forward to this a lot.
Is it in the same sort of price range as Thin Blue Line Games?
Yes,
they're quite expensive, aren't they?
They're
a very small company.
Right down here, it says the price is still be determined, but probably similar to the Fate of All, which was 155 euros.
Well, that's not too bad. I'm thinking of their Cold War games. They were.
Those are $300.
Yeah. Oh, that's not too well. It's still a lot, isn't it? But it's not.
It's still a lot. Yeah.
So if you are interested in the game, it does say to send an email to them, and you put yourself on a list. When it's ready, then they send you the order, and you can buy it right then and there if you want.
Yeah, they're a very small company. They need supporting, in that.
Yeah. And I have played the Fate of All, and I do enjoy it. It is a really interesting sort of I won't say puzzle, but it's interesting when you're trying to move armies around and keep them supplied, and trying to also move quickly. To take over territory and cities and keep your supply lines moving. So it's a real cool dynamic that's in there. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. But yeah, that's all I got. And of course, Tony left. So
that was so interesting. He's left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I just want to say,
up that.
don't everybody. So whoever's put the down thumb on my channel, you swine. But there we are.
Well, I was gonna look for it, but I can't find it. There is another game that you can get for the Civil War if you want, and it's one of those. It's by Pablo, or it's part of the Blitzkrieg, the World War II in 30 minutes.
Oh yeah,
they have a Julius Caesar Pompey one. So
that's true. That's true.
Well, Ruff actually brought this one up, and I actually thought yesterday, and so I actually thought it'd be fun to put up here, and it's in Legion.
Yes.
It's Doodlebugs, and if you don't know what Doodlebugs, they're the V1s. And this game, it's a solitaire game. Nice price. I'm seeing them looking at it. It basically you pay the British and you try to knock down out the V1s. You only do the first week because after a month, the anti-aircraft start getting proximity fuses from the Americans and basically start killing them. But you basically send airplanes up to take them out. And so I'm kind of curious on how this is going to go through and how it looks. The counters look pretty cool.
Is it out now or is it coming out?
No, this is still pre-order. Yeah, it's still pre-order. I think it just came out. Yeah, so no, it is available for purchase.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm hoping that Second Chance Games don't bring any copies of that along to PunchCon.
Well, Ruff, if you look at the price, the MSRP is only $26 US,
Yeah,
so
that's fine,
it's not bad at all. No,
Yeah.
it's not bad. No, it's out now. Yep, I know.
Yeah.
Now I just read it. I just realized it.
How dare you?
No, I mean for online it's $21. Now, granted, shipping around here you're probably going to pay another $20. So
Yeah, no, I'll wait until a Second Chance get it. Talking about that, my mum always said that as a kid, because she wasn't evacuated, my dad was evacuated, but she says she remembers one flying over, and she said it was frightening because it'd have that sort of brrr sort of noise from the end from the jet engine, and then it went quiet, and then there was a delay, and then you heard a boom. Yeah.
Yep.
So that was frightening. She saw one fly over, and went outside, heard the silence, and then a few seconds later the boom. So yeah.
And this is by one of our favorite narrative game designers, Steve Dixon. So
yeah.
that's
well. Let's hope, unlike Target for tonight, it doesn't have 9 pages of errata, but I don't think so.
They do have the rules up here already. So if I pull this up, wow, this is the beta version of the rules, obviously.
Sure, yeah, that's not what they're going to look like. Yeah,
no, but it's actually the beta rules version is only 8 pages.
That's fine. I mean, it looks like again a sort of get rid of all your trouble.
Just a quick play and fun game. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm interested in that. So I may well, if it's available at PunchCon, I may, for me £25 or whatever it is, buy a copy, because I do like. I know I moan about it. I do like the games, though. I do like.
Well, it's neat that you're playing game. It's neat that you're playing games that you have a sort of a connection to. Like, you played Miracle at Dunkirk.
Yeah, that reminded me of my old granddad. Yeah, and, yeah. So yeah, it's good. Yeah. And that would be a good one to do, because Doodlebugs, I don't know what they are. Americans, what's the doodle? That's the V1 where you called it the Doodlebug.
Yep.
For some reason, which I think might have been an Americanism, a Doodlebug over there. Does it mean anything?
Yeah, it's something there. Yes.
Yeah, but that's what we called them, Doodlebugs, and the old Spitfires tipping them over and all that sort of thing. And
because you have to use the wings to knock them off. You can't really shoot them because they were so fast.
Knock them back out to the sea, sort of thing,
Yeah.
So
that took talent for a Spitfire to do. Problem was you have to do it just right, because they're going to be flying by you, and you have to you have to
catch them up first, and then get into position, and then decide.
We're talking about airplanes, and all of a sudden,
we're talking about airplanes, and Thomas shows up.
Yeah, we're talking about Doodlebugs and things.
Yeah. Doodlebugs and the Spitfires. Cute name for a flying bomb. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Just why we picked that name. I
Well,
don't
they
know.
talked about Coy was saying the silence was the killer. That reminds me of a game that I can't wait to come out, which is about
Because
the Night
that's the
Witches.
point. You could hear the engine. You might not see the thing. You could hear it, and
Yeah.
then it went silent, and you didn't know where it was coming down. That was
Mhm.
the thing, So
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a game called Night Witches coming out, which is on the East Front, the female Soviet pilots would fly old biplanes.
Oh yeah.
And at night, and when they would come in to attack the Germans, they would cut the engines off, and all you hear was the
Right,
whistling. And so it's the silent, it's that whistling, that silent
Yeah.
whistling that. So I know that's coming out, and I can't wait to see that because I think that'll be a
Who's
blast.
doing that one?
I know one of our favorite persons. I say it tongue in cheek, but Liz, she's one of the designers on it. I don't know who's got it put out, but I know it's going to be great either way because I'll have to take a look at it.
She's doing a lot with David Thompson as well, though, isn't she?
I think that's who she's teaming up with.
Right.
Yeah, so which means it'll be good. I have yet to find something from David Thompson that is bad. So
I do not have this book, but I have watched interviews with him, and I'm sure it is as amazing as all of his other books. Anything from him is awesome. So yes, Jester, I get that.
were they using typhoons for?
I think they've not that I'm an expert on doodlebugs, but yeah, all they had when they started coming over was the Spitfire and then the Typhoon, possibly because it was faster.
Interesting.
I'm going to look at the counters real quick and see. They have Spitfires, Mosquitoes, Mustangs, Tempests, Thunderbolts. So
go ahead.
Anything that went faster than the Doodlebug, yeah, than the V1.
I will say I've always been fascinated by the British Mosquito fighter.
Oh, fantastic plane! Fantastic.
Wooden plane.
There was as far as I know, and Thomas better put me right if I'm wrong. There was an axe in the cockpit that they could chop themselves out if they got into trouble because it was a wooden plane. Is it Full Circle doing that? Right.
Yeah. I'm waiting for one of their other games right now. I'm not very happy that it's taken as long as it is.
Yeah, she's a good historian. The book that Jester was asking about is written by Barry Strauss, the guy.
I recognize that name too.
I have a different opinion of Mary Beard because of the things she's done and said.
Correct. Yeah.
But as a historian, like her stuff's usually accurate. So sometimes you got to take of that.
Yeah.
Oh, so Thomas said they did the Night Witches thing in Korea, except for it was North Korean women pilots.
Oh.
His father spent many nights sitting in the trench at the Air Force yelling up into the sky.
Dragging his fist.
Wow.
Yeah. So
now, someone had mentioned earlier, and I wanted to ask Ruff about. I thought at some point, were you going to play A Glorious Chance?
Yes, I saw it in the comments. That's another one because it's there, and I haven't played it yet. And I know Tony's done a thing with Gina.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Love to get Gina on the show maybe one day to have a chat, a bit of class. You know what I mean? Bit of class. So yes, quite a complex game, Tony. Still, isn't it?
It is. Once you do it a couple times, it makes it. Getting it once you get through a couple of sequences, you've got it. But yeah, getting that sequence down is
So it's on the list. So as well as the English Civil War, I've got tons that I want to play. This is it.
Excellent. Now, Blackbeard, the Blackbeard game.
From Fort Circle.
I do not have a good pirate game, and I'd love to have a good pirate game.
I've got this one that I want to play around with. There's a solo mode to it, but I want to play around with it.
An old game, isn't it?
Put out what?
Yeah,
older game.
This is not there's a Avalon Hill version, and then this is the GMT. Some people like this one. Some people like the old one better.
When did that come out then?
This one is in
should be on the front.
2008.
Yeah, so oldish. Oh, you can't get it anymore. Really,
I'm not
can you?
going to call 2008 old as this. My daughter was born in 2007.
I know, but game wise, you
Game
can't.
wise, yes, it's ancient in game
can't-
terms.
18,
get it
18
anymore.
years. That's quite a while.
Yeah.
In dog years, it's an eternity. So
I will tell you what, though, there is one World War or a pirate game that I would really look at, which is the one that Compass put out because it was by Joe
Joe Carter.
Yes, and he originally put it out as a print and play, and he's
Mhm.
been tweaking it for so long that I think it's solid. I haven't heard any complaints about it at all.
Is that the guy? I think he also did like dog boats and snow boats.
Oh,
No,
right.
no.
No, it's a different guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about someone else then.
Yes, this is. Let me pull it up right now so I want to
You
be
see, those
accurate on
games.
it.
I mean, those games appeal to me because I do like on rails. I do like games. That's why I'm playing.
Well, the
Beneath.
thing is, from what I can tell, that the pirate game is not so much on rails. It's not a narrative game.
no,
there's a
the
lot of games that
Schnell
one.
boats and dog boats.
Oh
and
yeah,
all that
those. Yeah, those are definitely on rails.
I know Wayne didn't like a particular one and got into trouble for a little while.
Yeah, he won't do anything. He won't play any of those or buy any of Compass games.
Yeah, that's
anymore.
fine. Yeah. Horses
Well,
for
they
courses.
asked him to take the review down, so I kind of understand.
But why should he have to?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He didn't,
No.
but since they asked him to, that's where he was kind of like. So
that's-
it is okay. So here's gold. So it's the golden age of
Golden
piracy.
Age of Piracy.
Yep.
It is the guy that did devil boats and dog boats.
Is it Joe Carter?
Yep. Same guy.
I do
okay.
have this,
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
which is
Oh
the
yeah.
art in that is
Yeah.
really cool.
again, it's a printy play thing. You know, the maps are what they are, a bit like flying colors. But yeah, it's a very. It's not hard to play, but there's a lot going on. And,
He does have a lot of print and play. But Joe Carter has a lot of print and play games. It's Black Cat or whatever. You can go if you go on War Game Vault. He has a ton of games. So I don't think this one's on his rails as much. As for Picket Duty, I enjoyed it. I actually got it and played it. I enjoyed it. I played it. Yeah. So, I
I
can't
want that
remember.
game.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in that as well. It drives you mad, doesn't it? It's a bit like everything's happening at once, yeah, and you've got to control lots of stuff going on. with
Yes,
it.
because if you the thing is you
Well,
can
yeah.
go through and maybe not get hit as badly, or then all of a sudden you're getting nailed by 3 kamikazes all at once. It's one of those games that you could have not much happen, or it could just all go. It's kind of like the Hunters, where you can
Yeah.
go out, get one. You may not even get out of, like, you might be in the transit box and get killed type
Yeah,
deal.
it's
This is I'm not gonna. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yes, that's his name. That did that book I just showed you. He also did the
He did the
cover.
art for VUCA. He's doing some. He has done some art for VUCA games, like
yes,
the
he has, and
1812.
I have it here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful looking game.
See,
Yeah.
when I see 1812, I don't think of Napoleon, and that's just the American in me. We have a war.
no,
of-
Yeah, I do because I think of Tchaikovsky. You know, the 1812.
Oh
overture
yes, yes.
about that. You know, so yeah, of course
But,
you had,
like, so
you had
I
other
hear- I hear-
problems with us.
Yeah, I hear War of 1812. I see 1812. I'm expecting to see Andrew Jackson on the cover. Is
Yeah.
what I'm expecting. So
Yeah, we were involved in that as well, weren't we? So
Okay.
yeah, the draw. Somebody tried to argue with me that it wasn't a draw. I'm like, yeah, it did cost us a lot economically, and I'm not going to deny that, but it was.
I think
still a draw.
we got bored.
You ran out of
Yeah,
money. Is what
wasn't
happened?
really-
Yeah, well, that's because we had so many fingers in so many pies.
Yeah,
Our
there wasn't
thing
really
was-
much else going on in the world, at that
No,
time.
yeah, it's
Not-
just
not
leave
Quiet
them.
era.
Yeah.
Leave them. We'll deal with them later. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
do-
all right. You lost your
before
privileges. He's
Oh,
really
dear, oh,
mistaken.
dear.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will agree, Sark. Yes, the Seljuk box art is very, very cool for the Levian campaign one.
Yeah,
Yes, which is
la, la,
our
la.
which is a YouTuber's game, by the way.
Yes, that's Justin Guard, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, that would be a fun episode, Dragon X.
We've done that
yes.
already.
We have, yes. And well, not for the command post. We've done it for the back in the War Room days. Yes, Seljuk, there you go. Best box art for a war game. That's definitely one of my my little I get on my soapbox about.
Because it's like a book, isn't it? The cover.
Uh-huh.
I know they say don't judge a book by its cover. You
That's
shouldn't
cool.
judge a
That's
game.
yes. I mean, and honestly, when it comes to games, you almost have to judge. We're getting to the point where I was watching a podcast that I have for about books, and they're like, go ahead and be a book snob because there are literally millions of books and you will not get to read them all. So why bother reading or, not you go ahead and judge a book by a cover because that can make a difference. I'm starting to feel that way about about board games, about war games and board games. I'm like, if the cover's kind of like, and I don't know, like if you know the artist or
if you know the game, if it's a series or the designer,
Yeah.
But like if it's a new designer, and I mean, granted, it's a series, Levy and Campaign, but that's probably the best Levy and Campaign cover out there. One of the best. The Inferno's a good one too, by the way. I like the Inferno.
Nevsky got a bit of grief, didn't it? The box cover art of that got a bit of grief.
For Nevsky got a little.
Nevsky did, yeah. Nevsky did.
Nevsky, what did I say?
Yeah,
yeah.
And
the dude up in the sky looking down.
Yeah, who's that supposed to be? Anyway.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
not bad. Different. I've seen a lot worse.
I have seen a lot worse.
What was the one that as soon as I feel sorry for the person that designed it, but when what's his name left GMT,
that's a good one.
McGowan Roger McGowan
yeah.
left, and then they brought out a game, and I think it was the Plantagenets. That's the one. Hideous. Not even correct. Not even correct. I feel sorry for the person that designed that. He's got so much grief.
Francisco Gradirel. It's a French, so there's probably
there you go. There's the reason then.
He's also
the problem was the artist layout was Charlie Kibler, and he usually does a really good job.
Charlie Kibler does.
Matthew Wallhead is the cover Arts of the War cards and age sheet. I feel bad for him.
Charlie Kibler
I don't think it's bad. It's
inaccurate. It's inaccurate for a start, I think. But from what they were saying, but it's just like isn't it? It's like compared to
it's watercolors basically. It looks like watercolors. Yeah. That's the best way I can describe it.
Charlie Kibler got the I think he might have written to me about it when I did the Malta Besieged game. He designed the map, and round the map they've got a little black and white chevron, not chevron, like little black and white things. He didn't want that on the map. He thought it looked naff, but they did it anyway. So maybe artists don't have the final say.
That game. That is a very cool cover.
Yes. Jester was pointing this out.
Move it over to your left a bit because you've got your that's my left, your left. Because you've got your Tony's thingy obscuring it. Yeah, it's cool.
That and Norman Conquest.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because I know the designer and they've been railing on the covers of boxes for years. So God bless him.
I will say I do agree with Ed. VUCA's especially their box art. I mean, when I saw the box art for Traces of Victory, I immediately said I want to get that game. It looked cool. And
it's very, very Art Deco-y looking 1930s, 40s stuff. Really great looking stuff.
Yep. As well as even though I'm not a block gamer, it's a BBG.
Oh dear.
That Overlord game, that box cover, man, I was tempted. I was like, that looks really cool, but not a block gamer.
No, I'm not. Just because you can't play them solo,
Right.
if it's a proper block game, commands and
Yeah,
colors,
if it's commands colors isn't because you can see it, but like
Yeah,
if it's
and
one of those
then-
ones where it's
yeah.
got hidden information, yeah.
and
Yeah.
the Jerry White games, they have wooden counters. That's what I
Yeah.
call them. They're not.
They're not
They're
really like, yeah.
They're not
Of-
blocks. Yeah.
Really, Jester, you had to bring
Nobody's
that
heard of
up.
that one. Nobody's heard of that game.
I
Sorry.
should ban you for this one. At least you put you in timeout. So, yeah, the Black Swan.
That's
Well,
true.
here's the nice thing about those boxes. They're freaking huge. You
Mhm.
can do a lot with that because they're the same size as the old school tactical. They're like they don't fit in the Calyx's sections. They're too tall.
Yeah.
And so yeah. But VUCA always their games have always been phenomenally like their components and art has always been good from the beginning.
Yes.
Apart from the nibs on the
The side nibs instead of
they
the corner.
they improved those. They're a lot better.
no, that's fine. And according to Mo and Kev, they're too shiny and they slip off. You can't.
They slip, yeah. There's too much gloss on them, so they slip right off.
But yeah, no, I'm joking, of course. But yeah,
Yeah.
they're great quantity. And
No, they
no,
literally do slip off. They don't stack
Yeah.
very well. So,
I think maybe because they tend to republish games from older designs, so they update them, and they use a lot of the Japanese designer.
Yeah.
who-
I mean, they
name I
have
can't remember.
some new ones like Imperial Elegy is new and Traces of Victory is
Yeah,
new.
yeah.
But you're right. They
Some
are
of
taking
the earlier ones,
Yeah.
that
like
I've
Traces of Hubris is an older design. Traces
Yeah.
of War is an older design.
Arkan is an older design.
Arkan, yeah.
And
But like Red Strike is new.
that's
and that's Eve's. Eve's
that's Eve. Yeah, Eve. Yeah. So yeah.
not
Yep.
Eve's. I know better than. I'm sorry, Eve's, if you watch it. I'm sorry.
The S is silent like the P in Bath. All right, as I keep telling you.
I am looking forward to. I do want to get to Red Strike.
Yeah, it's
Hoping this year.
It's who's just done a playthrough of that recently?
I've seen Stephen Dolges do a
Yes,
playthrough of
Steve
it.
Dolges. Yes, that's right.
Did
Yes.
he actually do a playthrough?
Yeah,
I like
he's
the guy, but I don't see much playthroughs half the time.
Yeah, the 1916 Romania Prelude to Victory Blitzkrieg game. We interviewed him back on the War Room, and he was great. Thankfully, because I
He
think
was
for a
on
while,
he was on Ardwolf's channel. Who
yes,
because
just
it's getting
recently.
near completion now, isn't it? That game.
yeah, which I'm glad because that game looked like it was sort of on life support for a little bit.
Yeah, that's
And-
the one. Yeah, that's the one with
Yeah, thankfully, it looks like it is going to come out because Knock
But
Paris
it's an
is very good.
unusual. If you're into it, it's an unusual. It's the Romanians, isn't it?
Mhm.
And yeah, you don't see many of those games.
Stephen Dolges was
Totally
almost a
agree
year
with
ago. I'm trying to see if
Yeah.
there's anything more recent than a year ago.
Oh, there was something. Well, less as you get older, time contracts. So I don't think it was a year, but it might have been.
It's
I don't think
been a little while since he
Yeah,
played it.
Yeah,
it's the
for
most
Steven-
recent Red
um,
Strike playthrough. Then
that's
yeah,
what I'm
'cause-
looking at right now. I don't see anything new.
oh well, it must have been that one.
But I know it's on VUCA's site that he's working on Northern Strike, and I know he's mentioned it, commented here before when we've asked about it. So that
Yeah.
should be cool when that comes out. But yeah, I mean, that could be a whole nother episode, entire 2 hours talking about art in a war game and box covers and the role of art in a
Even
war game.
counters and maps and
Yes.
even rule
yeah.
books. The rule books.
Hmm?
The color, as I said, that the improvement of this Spruance Leader rule book to what I got in the box, is it's just full of pictures and that's great for me.
Yeah.
I do.
It's great for Hexy too. It's if it's got
we
pictures,
have to have,
maybe.
we have to have pictures in books, otherwise you get bored. All those words,
I will say the best war game rule book I have ever encountered is Atlantic Chase.
I was going to say, that blew me away when I got that, because I'm thinking, what's this rule book? There's this book, about half a dozen different books.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing he says, don't read the rule book. Read what I tell you to, and then play the tutorial, and then read the next bit and play it. And fantastic.
Absolutely.
It's a bit like old school rule books, like Carrier, where they said read these and then play this. And Carrier, the new Carrier from Compass, which I don't think has got many problems with it, which is great. It's the same sort of thing. Read this, and then we've got 4 or 5 tutorial scenarios that.
Or even I'll say like the Ben Madison rule books, where as you go through the rule book, you're playing the game.
Yeah.
It's in the order in which the game is played.
Yeah. That makes life
really
feel,
like that.
Yeah. Having to flip backwards and forwards to find, it should start off with like a sequence of play and then explain this is what you do. So you're working through the game.
No, this is a great point. He's absolutely right. I mean, it is a very unique game.
Yeah. And that's why it's so Marmite. That's why it's so love it or hate it. Not hate it, but I like it or don't like it.
I think that if I had to guess, I'd say probably the one thing that people that don't like it, that turns them off, even if they're into the naval theme, is the wooden bits.
I don't get that. There's a lot of war gamers that get upset about wooden bits in a game. I'm like, why? In some ways, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But for Atlantic Chase, that's you're sort of you're split. You're in the boat. Yep. You're in the ship. You're in the command center, looking down with all these this map and wondering where the convoy is and all that sort of thing. Yeah, you have to, because it's a split thing, because you're in 2 places at once. You're actually in the sort of fleet, and also at headquarters, Admiralty House. You're there as well. Now, I think that confuses people.
I think it would be neat. I don't know if it would be feasible, but it would be neat if there was sort of a companion game where, if you wanted to, you could use the battle map that's on Atlantic Chase. Or if there was a companion game where you could offload the battle and fight it out on a tactical map.
That would be
cool. Like they've done with the couple of games that they cross over, don't they? I mean, RAF and
Skies Above Britain
have done it a bit, but yes, a proper tactical map would be great. Yeah.
In my mind, at least that would be neat. I
don't know. Extend the game again by hours, but some of us like that. We'll do that.
Correct. Yeah, that's one of my dreams in wargaming is to do RAF and Skies Above Britain together.
I think our favorite designer, or one of our favorite designer, Mike Botticelli, has done that.
Yeah,
he's mad. He's mad.
Well, that's all he does. That's his job, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I tell you what, Nordic said wooden dice. I don't like wooden dice because, in my opinion, of course, they're too light. I like a die with a bit of weight,
with some weight on it. Yeah,
just a bit. Not metal, but a bit of.
I like metal dice too.
I know you do. Yes, but that's why I don't like. I think VUCA game put wooden dice in, and they just there's nothing to them. I just like, you want to get the die and chuck it down your tower.
The Traces of Hubris game has a wooden die in it.
Yeah, I think, and I think he's done it a couple of times. I think did Donnerschlag have? Anyway, I don't like them. Very nice.
We need to do like Tony and get his special dice.
Oh, the weighted dice? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can buy balanced dice D6s because they have them for backgammon, which Ruff would probably, that's a European thing, but it's like serious money.
Serious money. It is based, I never played it. It's a gambling game, basically, but it's a great game just to play. Fantastic.
Gravity dice. Yeah, the gravity dice. Yep. I haven't used those in a long time, mainly because I'm afraid to damage my dice tower.
Yeah, this is it. The felt goes, yeah, all the felt.
Rough as dice that have sixes on all sides.
Does help.
Oh yeah. Dragon, rough, sixes on all sides, and he pulls them out when he's playing Battles of the American Revolution to make sure that
No, people, why would I cheat? For goodness sake, it's pointless. It's pointless.
The only time I think a YouTuber should set up a game is if he's trying to show off the game.
Well,
and
Wayne actually admitted that sometimes he sets it up because he wants to show the game and all the possibilities.
It's one of my biggest issues with examples of play. They usually show everything playing smoothly.
Yeah.
Like, this is what happens when you success. Show me what happens when you fail, because that's what's going to happen to me.
In real life, yes. But when I do playthroughs, what you see is what you get. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because
I've been accused of doing it on other games as well. I think somebody else, when I was playing Israeli Defense Force Leader, somebody went, throwing certain the chances of that are so small, just saying. And I thought, well, that's what happened. I can't help it.
See, my problem is not so much necessarily the dice being the problem, it's the dice tower. So if I keep getting ones, I'm like, well, I'm going to swap to a different dice tower or throw it in a bowl.
You do what Gimpy does. You do what Gimpy does and murders the dice. You take them out and burn them on your brazier there, and hear them scream and laugh.
That's right. You could sacrifice him to the pagan
gods.
That's
what he did. Yeah, he's so funny. He said, that's enough of these dice.
Well, I did. So when I did Rolling Thunder, they reached out to me and wanted me to. So I did a session on my channel. I recorded it, and he's like, "Well, what feedback?" I'm like, "Can you show in your play what happens when you don't succeed on your mission? Because I need to know that, because it just makes I can really learn from the examples of play. I really am a big learner of that.
That's how I learn.
And showing what happens when you fail something, especially on a solitaire game,
they're still showing you how the game works, but they're showing you that you're not always going to win, and that's great.
Yeah, they show you're going to win the whole game every time, and everything's going to go successfully. I'm like, you should put in there what happens when something doesn't succeed. And he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea." I'm like, well, I go, "You just got to have somebody that loses solitaire games to tell you how to do."
I tell you what, are good dice to use are those 12-siders.
Oh, the double D6s. Those are fun. I like those. Yeah.
They roll nice. They're more, I think, more going to be more sort of fair, if you like. I'm using them actually for the next. I've got them out.
If you get Knock Paris, it has a D20 in it.
Yeah, that's not unusual. If you play D&D and other non-war games,
any other role-playing game, it's a D20 system, basically.
It's a D20, and so I mean, this has got a D20 in it. Beneath the Med's got a D20 just to pick.
Pick the
not an unusual for me anyway. They're not an unusual dice. D4, D3s. No, they're just not.
They're the right size for that. I mean, really. They are. They're like,
Paul, that made my day right there. That is hilarious.
And you can just watch the pain that dice tower is going through every time a sparrow lands on it and cracks on it, And get your own back on these inanimate objects. That's what I say.
I like this. I made a great dice tower out of Legos, but my granddaughter took her.
Tell you what, there's a guy that plays mainly board games. He's a German guy. And his dice tower is a Lego one.
Yeah, I can't. Is that Kalismar?
No, it's. No. I know who it is, but
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He plays lots of different games, and he's got this Lego dice tower he uses. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, there we go.
It's Lego, not Legos. Okay. J-Play? Is it J-Play?
J-Play, that's the man. That's the man.
Yeah, I watch him. He does stuff too.
Yeah, he does things I watch,
Yeah, he does. He kind of does everything. He does some
Yeah.
war games and stuff like that too.
He's done Space Empires and
Yep,
other
he
things.
did. I think he didn't do Atlantic Chase. I can't remember if he did Atlantic Chase or not.
Remember that because I would have watched it. But
Now-
those are the there's
Hey,
the
hey.
12 side of sixes. They're great.
Yeah, the
Bob.
WD6s. Yep.
Now, Bob, when you play Atlantic Chase, play a scenario that you've not tried before.
Yes, because there's lots of solo scenarios anyway.
Mhm.
But even if you do play the same one, it's going to end up different.
Yep,
which is
that's
great.
true. But try something new.
Yeah,
Nordic's trying something new. He's going to make a dice tower of Browns. Can you imagine how loud that's going to be when
Oh
you
my
put
God.
a dice
Yeah.
on it?
I'll be able to hear you from here. That's why I had to put foam all over my sort of really knackered dice tower.
Yes, he
because
did
somebody
do. He
complained
did, yep.
that he was listening in the car and he said it just went right through me, that noise. So I put sponge on it.
But here we go. Bless Hexy's heart.
Okay, here we go. Commander Robert E. Lee. There, that'll make him happy. He's back.
That's
above
right,
water
that's
now.
right.
Like in Kernstown, Blind Swords, GBACW Simple, which I think they're playing tonight. I think or Blind Swords. No, they're doing Blind Swords tonight. Camp and Hexy are doing not Long Street Attacks.
He feels better now.
Thunder across the Ozarks, I think he's doing. Because they're like doing them in chronological order, I think.
Mhm.
So they're all up tonight. So if you guys want to watch some Blind Swords, they'll be on tonight. And I always like to to put out stuff like that when I see stuff. From our fellow YouTubers.
Yeah, I tell you who used to use that.
Ozark,
Hold on,
yeah.
where is it?
I'm ditching my dice
the
tower for
OG used to use that. Used to use a tumbler.
Yep,
And
you put the dice in.
It rattles about because it hits.
They really do. It really does
Yeah.
rattle about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is the Ozarks. It is the Ozarks. So, yep.
I've seen
So-
some pictures from conventions where people just have it there and it's just sitting there, and the dice never escape. You just roll it and whatever is there.
A shot glass or a short tumbler or something. You
Yep.
just chuck them and they just
And
rattle about.
most hotels have those like sitting there because they have the water service, so they get that. So yeah,
I like that suggestion. That's what was said when I visited once in Richmond, the Confederate White House, as it was known, that Jefferson Davis's kids would have little cannons that they would actually fire, and the cannon would fire, and they would hit these little toy Union soldiers.
I remember as a kid, we used to have spring-loaded little cannons, and you put a matchstick in them, and you'd fire it, and that would knock all your soldiers down. I mean, it's crazy,
man. Wow,
We come full circle.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's one of those things. It's like the stuff I played with when I was a kid, and I think Nate, you're still kind of in that area. That there's no way they would let him play it today.
No, you couldn't get them now.
Now look,
Jarts are the biggest one. Jarts are the biggest one that I can think of. That we used to throw them up as hard as we can, and then run her out from underneath it so it doesn't hit us.
Yeah.
Look at Dragon X's comment. See, we've come full circle now. Now we're back to errata again. So
I hope the dice cannon doesn't have errata. Well, if you fire it this way, you get a misfire.
Can we ban him?
Oh man. And a warning label: do not point
too much. If you get a good wood one, it actually is a smooth sound. I've been lucky enough.
Your one sounds lovely. That one, yeah.
Yes, and Vasling from Stu sent me that one, and I know that wasn't cheap, and I always appreciate. That's why I always put it on my every video. I put it on there so he knows I'm still using it.
Once I bought a dice tower where the levels that it goes down before it gets to the bottom, they must have not put them in correctly, because there was sort of a gap. And once I dropped it, and it went straight down. Like, this is not what it's supposed to do.
I'm trying to find the stuff I used. Somebody said the plastic. I can't remember the company, but in days, even when I was a kid, they were made of lead.
Back in
They
the
were-
medieval days.
Yeah, back in the medieval days, they were made of lead, so they stopped that. I
With,
forget the name. I know who you mean. I forget the name. Yeah,
Well-
mine's got sort of sticky back, spongy stuff. It's very sort of like less than a quarter inch, and I just stuck it on the thing. Yeah, I thought I had some handy, but obviously with the damage, God knows where it is now.
Well, gentlemen, you wouldn't believe it, but we're almost at the 2-hour mark. We got about 4 minutes left.
Blimey.
Oh,
Hey,
Bring
Magnus,
out your dead! Bring out your dead!
I'm not dead yet. Can you wait around? He'll be dead. It'll be just a minute. No, I got to go to Robinson.
feeling fine now.
9 today. I'm not dead. I feel happy. I'll go for a walk. Thunk. Oh, thank you.
People don't know what you're talking about, but I do.
Oh, yes, that's right, Magus. You made it. You made it just in time. Glad you could be here.
Yes, good to see you anyway.
We love
So-
you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, we love you all. Yes.
So, what
Made
is
of wood.
what is on deck for both of you and your channels? What's coming up? Awesome. And the Napoleonic Wars, great game.
Yep. And that's on the channel. And then me and Mitch we're playing offline because it's the swear words. I would get demonetized. With them. Yeah. See, Gary knows.
Yeah.
And so I'm playing some more last 100 yards. Eventually, I'll put some more of that on the channel, but I gotta keep my mouth, from doing that. So you turned me into a newt. I got better.
Ruff, what's coming up with you?
Well, I'm doing it and I'm playing it, so that's next. Because
Excellent.
it's easy and it's fun and I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, these games, these on rail games, but there's a couple.
Yeah, they're not on rails. They're called narrative driven games, right?
Yeah, and that's fine, and people
There's a
hate them.
whole Facebook page meant for
There is,
narrative-driven
yes, and I'm a
games.
member as well. But yes,
No,
that-
I am too. Proud member of that
it's
one.
For me, I love them, and I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. So if you don't watch the video, you don't watch the video.
Oh, nice. I played that. That's fun.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. Watch
But
my
the new
videos
rulebook is fantastic.
I feel bad, Colin. Watch my videos with Colin.
Colin,
if
yeah.
you have any questions. Yep.
I'm
I
gonna
need to
do
get-
is
I need to get with him because volume 3 has been under development and I've been wanting to do guess what scenarios I want to do out of volume 3, Ruff. You can probably guess. The
Falklands.
Falklands. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I gotta reach out to him, see how their things are going with that. And then the problem is he's in Japan. So we're either doing it.
I know he's an Englishman that lives in Japan. Go figure.
Yeah, he went to uni there, and I'm using the term you guys use, uni. We would say
Yeah.
go to college, but he
Yeah,
went to uni
uni,
there and
yes,
just
yeah.
kind of stayed. And
Yeah.
the cool part is he was in the northern island of Japan, where my great aunt actually taught. Is it my great aunt? No, yeah, my great aunt actually taught English to Japanese, and he said he talked to somebody in like a fishing village that's learned English from somebody. So
Probably then.
yeah, there's a good chance. It's the connection is really weird. So
Yeah.
I'll have to reach out to him because if that's getting to the point where it's getting close to final development, I would love to have him on. But so we're either playing at like 6 a.m. here or
I know,
6
he-
a.m.
yeah, he
there.
did-
One of
yeah,
the two. It
yeah.
just
Wow.
it depends. So
Oh, by the way, our next live stream, Tony,
yes.
is going to be a bit of ACW, isn't it? When we get round
Yes,
to it.
when we do get back, we're going to do Kernstown Blind Swords. We're going to reach out to have a referee to make sure I got my rules right, and hopefully Camp will be able to do that. So
cool. Well, we do want to let people know before we head out is that the next live stream that we're doing is next Sunday on March 22nd. We're going to be finishing up Tank Duel.
Yep.
With Hexy, Mike Berticelli, who's the designer, and Nerd Workshop. And then on March the 28th will be episode 9 of the Command Post.
Yep.
Blimey.
And hopefully by that time we'll have April set up too, so we can have April scheduled out and stuff. So our goal is to have him out do about twice a month, but let you guys
good,
know a month ahead of time when we're doing them. That's kind of the idea with that. So hopefully it's
Cool.
going to go all good on that one. Oh, by the way, Nate, there you go.
Yeah,
Thank
there you
you.
go. They're
Yeah,
looking
Nate's
forward
been
to
working on the thumbnails, and I'm kind of glad because it's one less thing I have to.
it. And I'm rubbish at it anyway. So there we go.
So Nate can keep doing the thumbnails, and we'll keep putting them up for that. So with that, yep, everybody, Nate, thank you. Ruff, thank you. Hey, we're gonna close
Thank
this
you to
out.
everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
the
you,
chat.
everyone.
You guys are always great.
As
Always
we say,
great.
as Tony's already said, we love you all, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep. I'll see everybody later, and we'll be keep looking on the command post for all the updates of when we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
If you haven't joined, join the command post. The link is up there on Facebook.
Somewhere
in the chat. But you'll find it, and then you can post what you're playing, what you're doing, what you think about wargaming and all that nonsense. Get on there, get involved.
Absolutely. The time will be for the next show will be the same time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. The time for the tank duel probably early afternoon.
Yeah, 2 o'clock is when we started last time. So I think we'll probably,
okay.
Yeah, I've got to remember for us over this side of the pond that our
you're only 4 hours difference.
Go forward on the 29th. So
yes.
That will be an hour earlier over here, as will the command post.
Yep.
The next command post will still be.
I'll put it up there. We'll get it on there. So all right.
Cool.
We'll see everybody later.
Catch everybody later. Bye-bye.
Bye.